Alrighty, girls, here they go. So I have my white S13 project. It's out here. It's junking up the yard a little bit. We got a strut tower brace in the mail that's been on the hood for like 2 or 3 months, and a couple parts in the garage. I'm just gonna pull it in and install that brace, film it real quick, and try and clean up some of the extra parts around here because I'm junking the place up. And the best mod you can do to this car for the lowest price. For $100 or $90, it makes the car drive totally different. So the car's in the garage. Let's do the Megan Racing strut tower brace unboxing. So it comes in this big old box. You can get them off Amazon. That's where I got this one. Comes in 2 days. And basically the package is even gonna say it all. You're getting a strut tower brace. It's gonna go from strut tower to strut tower. And I'll tell you why that's important in just a second. So you end up with a package like this. You flip that out. You flip that out. And you're set. So you grab this, you take it. That gets set up there. That gets set up there. And we bolt it on, and I'm gonna tell you why this is important right now. So here's why this is important. It's only important on cars with McPherson strut front suspension. If you have a car with double A-arms, this is probably 100% useless for you. This doesn't apply to Miatas, doesn't apply to Corvettes, doesn't apply to a host of other cars. But this car only has a lower control arm, and the shock goes right down to the spindle. So the pivot point is that right there. The upper strut mount to the unibody is actually a pivot point for the steering. So the chassis twists under really hard driving. A normal person can't see it or tell it. One of the ways that we know it happens though is from stress cracks on a lot of the welds. And also when you put pieces in here to stiffen the chassis up, you can physically feel it from the driver's seat. It's a night and day difference. So this is to stop the metal from flexing and changing distance apart from each other so the steering stays more consistent, since that's a pivot point for the spindle and that's a pivot point for the spindle. Extremely happy with these Megan Racing braces. I think that if you're looking to do some of your first mods on an S13, S14, and a host of other cars, this is the #1 mod that you can do for almost any car that you're gonna go drift, other than anything with double A-arm suspension. And it's night and day difference. It's consistency. You're gonna make that steering feel so much more consistent. You're gonna spin out less. You're gonna be able to hit corners a lot faster and a lot harder than you're used to. The tools that you need to install it is I pull out a whole rack where I have all of my sockets together. I'm using my 1/2-inch drive and my impact gun. Also looks really nice. So some people do this solely for the purpose of spicing up their engine bay, like if they got show cars. Alrighty, so now that we're done with that strut tower brace, I'm gonna give you guys a very quick preview of what else is going on. So this is a top mount log manifold that's gonna come in here and fit something like that when we install it. Unfortunately, the only one I could get is T3 flanged. So I'm gonna haphazardly set this in here and I'm gonna grab the next part. So what we are gonna do is either we're gonna weld on a T2 flange or experiment with this T3, the T2 flange adapter, because I'm gonna be running a stock SR20 Turbo. So we're gonna have that flange adapter. Sorry that it's a bit of a mess. It's just a quick preview. Then we've got this V-band adapter for behind the turbo, so they'll end up somewhere around there. And we'll V-band a piece of pipe to it, build a custom down pipe, and run it to the rest of the stock exhaust. And we're gonna get a turbo on here. If you remember earlier when I did emissions delete, we plumbed in the oil feed line already. So the only two things that need to be done is to put in a turbo oil drain and go pick up the turbo. So I'll probably be picking up that turbo later tonight from a friend's house. So the rear tires on here are pretty well burnt off and pretty good at ruining my paint. So the next thing I'm gonna do is air this one up. And I've got 2 spare wheels and 2 spare tires in the bed of my truck. I'm gonna go get mounted, throw them in the trunk. All right, you guys, I'm back in my pretty little Camaro. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. I'm on my way right now to go pick up that T2 flange turbo. It should be a Garrett 2554 or a Garrett 2560 turbo. And that's what we're gonna use on the white S13 project. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And